In this our century, there have been three paradigm coups that humanity has never experienced before. The first is the increase in the urban population over the rural population for the first time in history. The second is that humans have crossed the 7 billion mark as the most-breasted creature on Earth. The third is to outnumber the number of hungry people in the world. Until recently, famine was a regular occurrence that came periodically and did not lose sight of people for a long time. This is evidenced by the fact that peoples who have previously been characterized by agility and accuracy of ood, such as Arabs or miners and small size, such as Southeast Asia, today suffer from the brunt of grease and slow movement. Today, obesity has become so pervasive that it has affected more than 1.8 billion people, compared to only 925 million hungry people, according to the Red Cross. This figure means that almost a quarter of the world's population is obese and grease makes up 1/3 of their bodies. The truth is that there is a difference between obesity, overweight and obesity. Obesity is an excessive and abnormal increase in body grease and is often involved in people's conversations about it. Being overweight is simple and not excessive above the ideal weight and is the start of obesity. Obesity is not necessarily a weight gain related to the accumulation of obesity lipids such as overweight of the pregnant woman or muscle mass in wrestlers, patients with thyroid hormone deficiency, or those taking cortisone drugs. Each person who exceeds his normal weight by at least 10 kilograms is obese and overweight. It is considered excessively obese when it exceeds 30 kilograms above the prescribed rate. In a normal situation, men need calorie 2,300 and women need calorie 2,000 per day, both of which can live in excellent health with calorie 1,900, such as in Bangladesh and Sierra Leone. Although Americans rank first as the fattest and fattest people, the problem has become global and seen even in poor countries where even the poor in South Africa and Central America suffer from obesity beyond those of the wealthiest and most aware of the importance of diet and healthy eating. And in America in particular, obesity is more prevalent among the poor black classes than the wealthy white class. Many studies confirm the prevalence of obesity and the alarmingly high number of obese people in all states. If we consider taking a world tour, we will be shocked and appalled by the obesity rates in some countries. In America, 61% of adults are classified as obese, in Russia 54%, in Britain 51%, and in Austria 50%. In Mexico 58% of the people are obese, in Egypt 35% of all adults, and in Latin America 33%. In the Arab countries, the obesity rate in Saudi Arabia is 18% for men, 28% for women, 16% for men and 38% for women, while Kuwait leads Arab countries with 44% for women and 32% for men. Research by Dr. Izzat Khamis, professor of food at the Academy of Scientific Research in Cairo, indicates that in recent years obesity among Arab women has increased in proportion to men. Through her research, Oman's women are found to be the most obese, with an obesity rate of 64%, followed by Egypt's women of 49%, Kuwait's 42%, Bahrain's 40%, the UAE's 38% and Saudi Arabia's 37%. While the women of Lebanon are the best in terms of agility, obesity falls to only 27%. In general, Gulf societies as well as Egypt are at the forefront of the world in terms of gender obesity. And also, in terms of diabetes as a direct consequence. The cheapness and abundance of food these days are undoubtedly the primary reason for human overweight in modern times. The time has come when a famine can kill 20 million people at once, as it did in China in 1969, and the situation has rapidly turned into overflowing societies like Ireland, Bulgaria, and Belgium, where an individual consumes more than 3,750 calories a day. Despite the Americans' obsession with diet, the weight of citizens there has increased since 1980 by an average of 7 kilograms per person. Not only that, but it has become almost hereditary, as it turns out that heavy families often have weighty children. Children there possess larger bodies than men in Thailand and Bangladesh and have weights 25% more than their parents at the same age. In Germany, the situation is not much different, with 50% of the general population obese. Children are so rising and inflated that their average weight exceeds those of all EU countries, and it seems to me that our children are going in the same direction. And it doesn't look like these ratios will stabilize at a certain point, as they rise at a higher pace among today's children in all communities. And look around. All these figures and proportions mean that obesity has moved from an individual affliction to a global epidemic that humanity has never experienced before. Although I recognize the difficulty of getting rid of the epidemic, our mere awareness of its existence is the first line of defense against its spread in society. Although there are many diets and programs that promise to eliminate obesity, I tell you sooner or later that it will fail. Being really agile is the result of healthy habits, healthy food, and a lifestyle. And it's not such a temporary regime and a stressful deprivation that you return to your previous weight once your will collapses. And before I tell you why diets fail to keep our perfect weights that maybe we'll talk about in a later video, always remember that losing only 5 to 10% of your weight will improve your health and reduce your likelihood of diabetes, heart disease, and cancer by a much greater percentage.